Welcome back, everyone. Well, you probably heard the phrase, mom and dad have their favorites. Well, my guest is one of my favorites, Samantha Bosshart, who is the executive director of Saratoga Springs Preservation Foundation. Welcome, Sam.
Thank you.
And I have to admit, for all the times that you've been in here, you bring somebody like Theresa in here. All of a sudden, this interview gets elevated. You know what I'm saying?
I like to deliver.
Yeah, deliver. This is Theresa Brehendt. Welcome, Theresa.
Thank you, Jesse.
Very nice to have you here.
Very nice to be here.
Theresa and her husband are proud owners of one of the most beautiful historic homes right here in Saratoga Springs. And Sam is here because we want to talk about the Historic Homes Tour. Boy, it seems like it was just yesterday we talked about the last one, but it had to have been last spring, right?
Yep. We want it to be a Mother's Day weekend tradition, so this is the third year we've done it in the spring, and this will be our 28th annual Historic Homes Tour.
Great. Now, there are always a couple of elements to the tour, and you'll find out why Theresa is here in a second. But let's talk about the tour itself. Each year you select homes in different parts of the city that represent different architectural times, periods, themes. And tell me about this year.
So this year we're excited. It's a very walkable tour, and it's all the homes are in the east side.
Okay.
We have homes that were built in 1868. We have homes that were built in 1913, 1917. So it's a nice range, as well as a condo from the Spencer condominiums and Cafe Lena. So it's a really unique mix of homes of different styles, and it will be a real treat for everyone.
One of the things that's so amazing about our community is that there's such a diversity of styles and people and, oh my God, age groups, all kinds of stuff in this community. And just thinking about the Lena ones, that's a project that Sonny did. And those condos are just beautiful and represent a real nice, show respect for the history of the cafe and also just that section of downtown. Right?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's a wonderful combination of new contextual design and allows handicapped accessibility for Cafe Lena. So it was a win for, I think, Cafe Lena and the community. Yeah,
without a doubt. And I did notice that when you were explaining that, you did drop 1868. And I'm doing the math right now, and that's 150 years ago.
Yep, and that's why our guest
here. I wonder if that's why Theresa is here. Well, the second you walked in and you told me it was 150 Viola Street, my reaction was, I know that home. That is one of the most beautiful homes in this city. So when did you buy this, you and your husband?
We bought it in 2000. Got
it, okay. Now, it takes a certain kind of person to come into this town and purchase one of the historic homes. I've talked to other people who own historic homes, and they always have wonderful stories about just what it feels like to own this home. Tell me, how do you feel?
Rewarded, blessed,
nice,
fortunate, and very much a part of history.
Yes, that's right. Boy, and that home does have an amazing history. I think it was the founder of the newspaper, right? Is that what you told me?
Benjamin F. Judson. He was the founder of the local Saratogian paper.
And my wife and I knew the owners a few years ago, and that's Garrett and Rolf, who just during the just wonderful heyday of the late 70s and 80s owned that home. And did a lot of work to restore it. Now, I understand that you and your husband have also done quite a bit of work on the house as well.
We have indeed. As a matter of fact, we're writing a book on the sesquicentennial preservation of 150 Viola Street. And we have researched all the former owners up into the current owners. So it's very exciting.
It's wonderful. It's one of those things where Theresa said to me before we went on air, it's not that you really own the home, you're stewards of the home. And I think that's a wonderful way to put that, by the way.
Without question. And each person that has lived in that home has given it love, care, and that's why it is in the condition that it's in today. And there were actually 3 significant periods of preservation. We like to say it replicates the history. Benjamin Franklin Judson that Samantha just told you about, publisher of the Saratogian, Postmaster General. Then that was in 1868. The second massive restoration came with Dr. Town, Health, and that was in the 20s and 30s, and dramatic transformation. And then when we came, which we consider ourselves the horse part, and that was in 2000 to 2018. So
I just think that's wonderful.
Thank you.
Now, part of the tour is, boy, this is an event that people really love. It's the Porch Party. And the porch party this year is on this absolutely stunning porch, wraparound porch that you have at your home. Now, is it sold out?
I'd have to talk to Samantha.
It's I would say it's sold out.
It's sold out. Okay, you know,
We're fortunate enough to have that problem, but we are really at almost total capacity, and so we are thrilled with this. But that means that people should remember it for next year.
Yeah, absolutely. You plan ahead on these things. As you can tell, there are a number of people that are doing that. But there's plenty of space for the walking tour. And I think the tickets are like $30 or something, right?
So if you buy your tickets in advance and you're a Preservation Foundation member, it's $30.
Okay.
And that is until Friday. And if you're a non-member, it is $40. And then the day of ticket sales are $35 and $45.
Yes, gotcha. Okay. This is something that my wife and I participated in any number of different years. You can't learn enough about the history of this city. And let's face it, all of the funds that are raised go right into the Preservation Foundation for all of the work that they do. You know, you may think that they just prevent a house from being torn down or something, but no, they're involved with restoration projects at the track. You know, you're involved in zoning issues. You're involved in so many things. And that's so important for preserving the history so that whoever comes in to be the next steward has the opportunity to own one of these absolutely stunning homes, right?
Well said.
Yeah. You can tell that we love this town too. Okay, the tour, by the way, you knew I was going to do this, right?
You were almost going to leave without saying how people can buy tickets.
That's right. So give me the news.
You can buy tickets online at saratogapreservation.org. You can buy them the day of at 112 Spring Street, which is where our office is located here in Saratoga. You can also buy them at area locations at Adirondack Trust in Saratoga and at Curtis Lumber at Boston Spa.
Sam, what's the web address?
It is saratogapreservation.org.
Yeah, good. saratogapreservation.org. You'll get all the information and get your tickets, and you'll be amazed. By the end of the tour, you'll be like, I didn't know that. And that's that learning is just always, it's great. That's all I can say. You can tell from the way I'm smiling. But, well, it's a real pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much for just taking that little gem and just really doing what you're doing. Great to see you, Sam, as always. It's the Historic Home Tour, Saturday, May 12th. Time to take Mom out. Take her around for the tour. 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.?
Correct.
Good. Okay, got it. I think we did all the good stuff too, right? Okay. The important stuff. Great to see both of you. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you very much for the look.
Oh, you're welcome. Nice. To see this interview again, you can head to our website, LookTVonline.com.